As you can see, I'm sitting in my living room on the floor, and I have my laptop here, and this is typically where I sit for my working day. So I just kind of sit with my legs crossed and hang out at the table, and I'm really content here. I like this spot quite a bit. My house is pretty small, so I don't have a desk. I got a little table in the back. But anyway, enough about that. In today's video, I want to dispel the myth that college provides you with a network. So I posted this article on LinkedIn about what is the value of a prestigious university without its 100-year-old buildings or its cobblestone walkways or its perfectly manicured lawns. And I was thinking about this in the era of COVID-19. It's like the entire education system, the entire higher education system has been boiled down to Zoom chat. Every student interaction is just student body to teacher through a screen, right? You're not going to campus anymore. And so colleges are charging these outrageous amounts of money for the education. But if you really think about it, right? Like if you kind of pull yourself out from the traditional way of thinking, and you say to yourself, like, what really is the value of education if you think about this consciously versus subconsciously? Or what really is the value of one of these universities? And you think, okay, well, there's a couple different buckets. One bucket is the campus, right? You think, well, the campus is beautiful, so you kind of subconsciously believe that the education is actually going to be better at that university because everything is perfect and beautiful. So then you take that away and you say, well, okay, it's the teachers, right? It's the teachers that make that university special. And one could argue that there are great teachers and shitty teachers at every educational institution. I don't think anyone can actually prove with data that the teachers are somehow inherently better at a top university than they are at a small university. And I would even go so far as saying that you don't even see the prestigious professors that often at top universities because they're doing research. So teachers' assistants are the ones doing the teaching in these classrooms in the first place. And so I don't know if that argument really works. And then, beyond that, it's like, well, people say you have access to a network, right? You're essentially paying to play for either a better job or a better network than someone else who didn't necessarily go to a top university. And one thing that was really interesting, so when I posted this, a lot of people actually admitted, they said, hey, Colleen, for example, she said, if you want to boil it down to the essence of education, you're absolutely correct. Today's students can easily get the same information online that they can get in the classroom. She said, with that being said, I went to college for the network. And so I had 66 comments on this post, and they echoed what Colleen said. They said, well, I went for the network. One person even commented and said, John, you went to college, you got an MBA, and you wouldn't be where you are today without those two things. And I said, absolutely, you're right. I checked the boxes, but I didn't use the network from school to get where I was. I just checked the boxes. But I really want to hone in and challenge this idea that a prestigious university or any university for that matter gives you a network. I think you can grow a much more successful and much more robust network through LinkedIn than you can ever grow from a university. Like, my university didn't help me land a job at Amazon. Now, some universities do. I had an intern at Amazon who went to Chicago Booth, and Chicago Booth, as an MBA program, is a feeder directly into Amazon, right? So you have some of these top tier schools that are feeder schools directly into top tech companies. And so, great, right? Like, if you're playing that strategy, more power to you. But there are people who are graduating from schools that don't have a feeder directly into these top tech organizations, and that's kind of where the value of the traditional education starts kind of being diminished, because those people are saying, well, I'm going to be able to get my network, right? And so what I'm going to challenge you to do is I'm going to challenge you to think differently about where you can achieve a great network. Because students, the younger you are, the more power you have to network with whoever the hell you want to network with. And you have that power at your fingertips for free without paying for anything through LinkedIn. You can reach out to anybody you want. You can comment on anyone's post that you want. That comment is going to arrive as a text message or a notification on their phone, right? You have direct access to literally anybody you want. And so I've built a far larger network on my own through LinkedIn than I would have ever been able to build through my university. In fact, I never, ever leverage the university for anything, right? Like, it's just a piece of paper that checks the box for me. The rest is on my own, right? So this idea of, well, it's gonna give me a network, it's like, no, you are gonna give yourself a network, right? The only value of a traditional education institution in our day and age, the only value is checking the box. That's it. You're paying for an expensive piece of paper to play in the corporate game. That's literally it. It's not the campus, okay? It's not necessarily the teachers at these prestigious universities, because some teachers are shit and some teachers are great, and that's across the board at any institution. And it's not the network in most cases. I would argue that in 99% or 90% of all colleges out there, it's not the network at all. You got to do that yourself. And so I challenge you to really think about where a network can be built, and that you don't need an education institution to build a network. I've built a network of 30,000 people following me on LinkedIn over the past year and a half, and I did that because I built a community of people. I created content about things that I was passionate about, and I drew people into me, right? And so that is the model that you should be following to grow a network. And the younger you are, the better. Reach out to CEOs, be bold, reach out to anybody you friggin' want to reach out to, okay? Some people are going to want to meet, some people are not going to want to meet, but if you're bold and you say, I don't give a shit about societal norms, I'm just going to reach out to anybody I want, and you'll be surprised at what happens. That's it for today, and we'll catch you in the next video.